All right, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV, how's everybody doing out there? I thought this was a dope story and I wanted to share it on my platform. Now, for those who don't know who the heck Tay Keith is, he's the guy who's been fucking these niggas up all 2018. Honest to God, truth, it's been like that for the last few years. But let's talk about just 2018 specifically. Now, outside of doing projects exclusively with artists like a Moneybagg Yo, like a Key Glock, like a Black Youngster, like a Legend Juicy J. Now, Tay Keith has also been the guy that I think anybody that understands the Memphis music scene would credit for getting Block Boy JB's career off the ground, right? If you talk to Block Boy himself, I'm sure he'd tell you he owes a big portion of his success to Tay Keith. He's the guy that produced his first big record, Shoot, his second big record, Rover, and that third big record that charted very high on Billboard's Look Alive. Now, if you don't remember, way back at the top of 2018, after Drake dropped God's Plan, I believe in January, out of nowhere, we seen Drake start posting on his Insta story, Memphis. He was posting this young artist, Block Boy JB, who had this crazy wave with this shoot dance. And it looks like Drake took an esteemed interest in the dance, in the culture. He had a project on the way. He wanted that bad boy to have a little Memphis impact on it. So Drake reached out to Block Boy and Tay Keith. They cooked some crack up in the studio, and that's how Look Alive came about. Block Boy's career hasn't been the same, and Tay Keith's career hasn't been the same as well. Now, not only did Drake drop the record Look Alive, he's on the hook, and he did a verse with Block Boy. He also came in the city, did the video, showed love. I mean, they shot a scene in the club. They shot a scene in a school. It was a dope look for the city of Memphis, showing that type of love. Like I said, he changed Block Boy JB's career forever. And what he's doing with Tay Keith, I mean, bruh, have you not seen what Tay Keith has done to them charts thus far in 2018? I mean, outside of Look Alive, he's on Drake's first record outside of the intro on his album, Scorpion. That album, by the way, has been the top album of 2018 thus far from a sales standpoint. Tay Keith's on Non-Stop, one of Drake's biggest records on that project. Tay Keith then doubled down with Drake. Now they done got on Travis Scott's biggest record off his project, Sicko Mode, which is likely going to be the second highest selling album of 2018. I could go on with Tay Keith's discography. I'm going to just leave it there. It's not like the brother's paying me to do this. But I will say this about Tay Keith. I'm super proud of his success. I've had the luxury to interview a few artists from Memphis, speaking like Kenny Money and other artists. They always tell me all their success goes back to one man, the creativity of Tay Keith. Now, Tay Keith was recently doing an interview with LA Leakers, and he said something that I thought was dope. And I would love for you guys to chime in. Obviously, y'all know I got a base following in Memphis, so every week or so, I try to do a story that caters to that Memphis crowd that I do have that's been following me since day one. I got to show love to them. Tay Keith said this about what Drake did for Memphis, showing love to Block Boy. He said what Drake did is really unreal for Memphis. What people don't see is that Memphis was so divided, and it showed in the music. So what Drake did was bring the city together. They say they see Block and Tay Keith did this. They made it. We can make it too. It's people in Memphis who you would never seen or never thought they're working together now. It's a blessing. It ain't no more struggling for Tay Keith's family and Block Boy's family. Now, Tay Keith credits Drake for changing a lot of the music landscape right now. And I will say this, outside looking in, every time I talk to one of my young homies, they telling me about a new Memphis artist that's about to blow, right? And I think it's a dope thing. And I want to ask you guys a question. Did Block Boy JB and Drake kind of change this narrative for Memphis? Obviously, we know Drake ain't from Memphis, but was it Drake setting the tone for the city of Memphis, showing love to an artist like Block Boy JB? He didn't have to do that. Was it Drake setting the tone for the city of Memphis, putting people together, you know, that probably wouldn't have worked together? Was it him setting the tone, showing love, the biggest artist in the world showing love to a local Memphis rapper? Was it him setting that tone, the reason why Memphis has kind of gotten on the same page musically in some regards, right? Obviously, we know the top of Memphis, Young Dolph and Yo Gotti, they don't get along. But it looks like everything from where I stand, everything going down is starting to work itself out. And outside looking in, it's a dope thing to see. Tay Keith believe Drake deserves credit for that. Salute to Tay Keith. By the way, that brother is still at MTSU getting his degree. Man, I will tell that Tay Keith story when the timing is right. I reached out a couple times, but when I get in the same city as Tay Keith, I can't wait to tell his story. One of the dopest producing stories I've seen in quite some time. Thank y'all for the time, love, and support. I don't take it for granted. Salute. What up, Pharaohs? I decided to step my game up again. I've created a music reaction Instagram page. That way, you guys can be up to date on some of the latest new music in the atmosphere. And you guys can also send me some of your music as well. And you will get Mr. TALIAFERRO'S first reaction to your record, for good or for bad, or an artist that we talk about on my platform's music, for good or for bad. Again, follow me on Instagram, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV. Again, that's Mr. TALIAFERRO TV. And you get more of yours truly.